All right, reflections. So, first of all, my bad. Let me go ahead and get up out of this. All right, celestial rising, divine afternoon, and divine night to all the insightful observations watching this mindful message. It's your divine reflection, divine messenger, and we are back with another message. And understand this video right here is being made because before I went to class today, I caught this being commenting, something that really isn't negative, but a term of endearment. And this person right here, and of course, there's no point in me hiding your name because eventually somebody's going to find out your profile. And the thing is, I don't have any hatred towards you, but you commented saying, just admit it. They were right, you were wrong, LMAO. And then you said something, dork, LMAO. Oh. And then you had 3 likes on that comment. And so I hid your comment from my channel because I said, I got something for you. And the thing is, too, I remember your name. And I just asked myself, because I don't want to waste your time with this video, but I asked myself, okay, who is the person calling me a dork? So I said, all right. And also on top of that, you basically admitted that everything in this video of a guy talking about first of all, this whole conversation pertains to minors, and you're basically saying that somebody who's defending minors or whoever, or no, wanting to talk to minors is right, and I'm wrong for spreading awareness about pedophilia. So that also just shows that you are accepting, and the 3 other people as well who liked your comment, all 4 of you have pedophile mindsets because you've been groomed at a young age, which is exactly why you do stuff like this in the mirror. And supposedly, I don't have any hatred once again as well. So it's going to make a disclaimer. I love all beings and I really want to see everybody do better. And it's just a crazy fact that somebody is trying to, what the hell? It's crazy how people will try to slander your name, people will try to call you names, but they're not doing anything with their life. And this is not to bash you or whatever, but I want to spread awareness because I went on your page and I just wanted to see what happened to the clothes, what happened to the merch. Because if I'm a dork, let's figure out what you are. So this is March 14th of this year. And once again, remember, you thought that a dork was an insult, but this is what you're doing as an entrepreneur, by the way. As an entrepreneur that you supposedly have a clothing brand or a clothing business, but yet and still, your website is closed. Where's the merch? And I'm asking with being a genuine spirit. And what's crazy, you're from Clayco, and it makes sense on why, a lot of you, I'm from the outskirts of Atlanta. So it makes sense of why a lot of you Clayco niggas pose like this. I mean, this is no hatred or not trying to have malice towards you once again, because you may think that, because people who can't comprehend love and just authenticity, they think as if they can slander your name or they can put labels towards you. But this is what you do on your spare time. And you put my collection. As an entrepreneur, this is in your collection. Not only just that, you took a selfie. You have a filter of a clown filter on your face. Okay. In this, you said, just stay down in a year or two. Everything gonna change. Okay. Hold on. Remember this, everybody. Understand this. And also, let's go ahead and uplift this person as well because everybody deserves to have a great day. Nobody deserves to get bashed for their unconsciousness or the things that they can't understand. And I got working a little bit too, so that's why I'm not gonna make this video too long. Just stay down in a year or two, everything gonna change. I like that message. You said that on August 27th, and of course this was happening this year because if it wasn't this year, it wouldn't have said August 27th. It would have been August 27th, 2024, 2023, etc. So you recently said this, and this was literally last month. So, and it's September 12th in their timeline. Okay. But yet, 2 years ago, this is the only video that you have. Dropping content soon. Stay tuned. 12-second video, and this is all that you have. You only have 2 videos. Mess with the content, man. On this channel, we lit and make sure to subscribe for more. 44 subscribers, no profile picture of yourself, but somebody else, another man, or basically an invert. So I think this is Playboy Cardi. So you have a invert or a transgender as your profile picture to basically state that you can't even man up into posting your content or posting your business. So it makes sense. You have threads as well. You have 72 followers, but you have no content. You have no threads. You have nothing to talk about, nothing of value, nothing to keep yourself going as an entrepreneur. Okay, got it. So in 2 years, what changed? Just stay down in a year or two and everything gonna change. But 2 years ago, nothing changed. And 2 years from now, nothing changed. So what are you doing with your life? Instead of commenting under my video that basically exposes, because it was this video right here. I was manipulated by the pedo who framed a supporter and twisted perception. And the thing is too, I like this opinion by Omnis because for one, I do truly I don't like that. Okay, let's do something else then. I truly like this comment because for one, this whole situation is weird. I ain't gonna lie. And that was about Mukiyami and one Saunders and all that. Just nipping that whole thing in the bud. All y'all just weird for communicating with each other. You are all comfortable enough with each other's nature to have back burner convos about each other in the same server or group chat. And this is what Chris two times is calling me a dork for, by the way. Weirdo. So that means that you're in Clayton County and Clayton County not too far from Gwinnett County. So, and I'm not even in Gwinnett County because I have my own place anyways, and you're in your mom's mirror taking selfies. That's crazy. Like, it wouldn't be bad if I was to be in my mom's crib making this video, but yeah, I have my own spot. I can do whatever I want. I pay rent, I pay utilities, I make videos for a living, I have my own clothing brand. And as a matter of fact, y'all go ahead and get in tune, check that out as well. We got different stuff going on. But anyways, it's not important. So you are all comfortable enough with each other's nature to have back burner convos about each other in the same server or group chat, and then conversate with each other and still be involved with what's going on, even when you claim to not be affiliated with them. Weird. Ominous. Weird. Weird. Weird as fuck. But yeah, I'm the dork for pointing that out. Crazy. That's how I know. And shout out to you, Jordan. I always see you and I appreciate your support. That's exactly why I'm never gonna push hatred towards anybody. I want all of us to succeed. Even if you bash me, even if you name call me, I'm gonna still show you who you are. My gosh, your life is literally a story. The Truman Show. My life is content. You can't make this stuff up. Peace, ominous, insightful message. Thank you. Shout out to Warden, by the way. And Warden, you're good as well for the Charlie Kirk comment that you said earlier. It's all good. I was just saying, just please don't, just be mindful of telling me what I need to do in my life. And it's not that big of a deal because you're good. Either way it goes, I still love you. I care for you. But I'm just saying, like to anybody else, when something happens, don't tell me to do it immediately because remember, that's a high mindset. If somebody was to die today that's famous and you tell me, hey, immediately post this video about them. I need to do my research. I'm not going to jump the gun automatically. And the thing is, too, with this one, I still had that video up, and this video is still pertaining towards that as well because every single day and or every single month, every single week, we are going to spread awareness about pedophilia. And I don't have a hard time doing that because you all need to be stopped. You are all weird. Not only just that, you included yourself into a convo that you're not even in, and you stay at your mom's house. And then no offense to people who do, but it's just the fact that your priorities are fucked up and you're commenting under my video calling me a dork. But me being a dork got me into the right direction of where I am today to where I can wake up in my own space. And you're bashing me for spreading awareness on what you cover up because what are you covering up? 2 years ago, just stay down a year or two, everything gonna change. And this was, when was this? August 27th. But nothing changed. In the same year, you still look the same. You still do the same exact shit. And you're supposed to be a boss? No one just that. August 14th, orders. For some strange reason, and I'm just critically thinking here because supposedly, you're an entrepreneur, right? Why aren't you promoting your website? And I don't care if you had only two products, at least you're posting your content. At least you're posting your clothes. I don't care what you do, but at least post your ideas. I mean, at least I can sit here and say I have posted my thoughts on a website and I'm going to get that stuff enhanced later on in life. But can you tell yourself that you actually have lying to me was pointless from the start? I never believed your ego to begin with. Can you tell yourself that honestly you are okay with the sales that you made? You have supposedly this many sales and yet you stopped posting your best sales? How are you a businessman or a businesswoman and you're not promoting your business? And what's crazy, why is it that on August 14th of last month, you were flexing your best moments? Is that all you got? And I'm not saying that you gotta flex every single day, but why stop? When you start something, you know you have to maintain that image, right? And what's really crazy, what's going on with this filter right here? Because I'm gonna be honest, this to me looks like a Pinterest photo. Excuse me, but that's all I'm gonna say. Go on Pinterest and type in, what did I type in? So let's see. I typed in small business and I've seen a lot of photos with tickets that look like this. How do we know that this is your tickets for the orders that you made and your site is down? This was August 14th, by the way, but your site is down. What happened to the site if you ever made one? How are you an entrepreneur and you can't even make a video in 2 years? But you're a businessman. You have a business mindset, right? Where's the product? I want to buy some merch. I'm just saying, I want to buy some merch, but I can't because you're not even true to yourself. What happened to these bags? And the thing is, too, I was going to say use a different type of bag, but anybody can use whatever they want. But what happened to the orders? I mean, it's September 12th. And if you're posting, it's like, how do you have a clothing brand and you don't want to promote your clothes? I never understood that. And even if you don't have orders that look like this, at least you're posting something. You're doing something for the person that's supporting you. But what happened? And then it's just like, I mean, you were at your best. August 14th, I mean, you're outside Atlanta, whatever the case may be, at 12:43 p.m. And of course, you're flexing your wrist like you're a bad bitch. And I understand. I mean, that's why you have a clown selfie. So you're outside of Atlanta doing this, but where are the clothes? I mean, where are the videos? I want to watch some content. I've been waiting for content creators to make some new conscious creation, but where's your content? I mean, you're too busy doing stuff like this. I mean, October 2nd, 2024. Why is this picture so dark? You were living your best. You have 20s in your lap. Niggas who never had, and excuse my French, negroids, humanoids, avatars, hollow vessels that never had money. This is what they do when they get it. That's how you know this is not your picture. And if it is, why aren't you still flexing this? This happened October 2nd, 2024. Why aren't you doing this anymore? Not saying that you had to, but my thing is, if I'm going to post money like this, I'm going to do it when I continuously have money. But then why would I keep doing that? Because I have to maintain that image. What's the point? I mean, if you go on my highlight reels, all I do is show you the trips that I take, the videos that I make. I've been places that this and this don't even, it doesn't even exist. We're going to different countries and you're sitting here in a parking lot or some driveway with this in your lap, and this is your photo, but I don't think it is because where's this lifestyle at while you're doing this and you're doing this? But where's the content? You have 888 followers and you're following more than your followers. And all you had to show is just your highlights. But why aren't you posting your thoughts? Why aren't you posting your creativity? How can you be called a creative and you have no creativity to post, but you can follow other creatives? that are following what they can't even post, but they mimic. Okay. You are a projection artist, and this practice is projected from you because you had to insult others like me, a dork to, yeah, by calling or like calling me a dork to deflect from your own lack of self-worth, creativity, and consistency. Your life is based on highlight reels because you can't flex the one outside of a two-dimensional screen known as your phone. Why can't you flex real life? I mean, why aren't you on YouTube? I mean, the thing is, if you had this type of money, if you had this type of motion in your life, why aren't you posting about it so you can help motivate somebody who's looking up to you? If I'm on a high rise or in a condo outside the city, living this type of lifestyle, I'm gonna make videos about it to help somebody else do the exact same thing. Why aren't you doing that? And thing is too with a business, you had to keep on going even if it's small. So you don't sit here and just give up because you don't get orders. No, you keep on posting your ideas and then you maintain your image by putting yourself out there. You have to promote yourself. But yet you're not doing that. So we don't have the same mindset and it makes sense. You are a projection that practices being an insecure image merchant, meaning you sell the idea of being an entrepreneur and clearly not the reality. Where are your products? Where is your post? What's your purpose? Because if mirrors and selfies are your thing, then you worship your appearance, and that's why you name call authenticity. You practice being a cloud chaser with commitment issues, meaning you chase attention, but when it comes to responsibility, you run away. You used to flex money when it felt like a trend. You never even started YouTube, so how can you abandon a plan that could never start up? And spiritually, you are bankrupt while being stuck in your mom's mirror trying to convince your followers that you are rich in purpose. You used to flex money. Why'd you stop? You should be going crazy on YouTube. You should be going crazy with your clothes. What's going on? But instead, you're in the mirror flexing how long your hair is. Yeah, I did my research. Because if you're going to comment under my post and I'm being authentic with what needs to be exposed, I'm going to see who's talking about me. So it makes sense on why a lot of you are silent haters or why a lot of you are silent, envious beings that watch my videos. You had to watch my video all the way through to comment that statement, even though it was basically projecting how much you appreciate my thoughts. Because imagine flexing stupidity. So if I was to defend pedophilia, you wouldn't call me a dork. But because I spread awareness about it, all of a sudden I'm a dork considering towards your viewpoint. But it's like you're a hollow vessel that can't control the avatar, meaning you have no content, no voice, and no value that society can benefit from. And you are a filtered identity that has been fragmented into never building an image you can look up to. So you submit to your thoughts and express them in mirrors. Interesting. I'm exposing pedos and clowns in the circus you protect, and you are threatened by that, and I wonder why that is. Just be real with yourself. What boss, to anybody out there who has their own business, who has their own life, what boss you know is doing this on their spare time, on their free time? That's all I'm gonna say. Our priorities, we're in two different lanes. Stay in your lane. You want to have the lifestyle that entrepreneurs really have. You are known for projecting your insecurities onto someone actually doing inner work and real recognizing real. And I watched you blink, meaning you could never match my frequency and your mask slip, and now you expose the lies you thought you could stay quiet about. You insulted me to hide your own insecurities while I'm doing healing work and living in my authenticity. You could never learn your truth nor handle mine, so you have to mock it. And that's okay, because your silence, inconsistency, and performing a personality speak more volumes than that corny line ever could. If I'm a dork, then you practice being a coward in a costume. You are a loot walker. I do have that in my notes as well. So a loop walker, meaning you are stuck in your cycles. Excuse me, you are stuck in your cycles of flexing. You quit on yourself, and all you do is just scroll upon social media, and you can never break free from your programming because all you do is perform in what you're stuck into. You are a cloud dropout, a mirror warrior, and you are a ghost in the shell that had potential, but now you just scream your fear of success onto dorks with direction. No wonder you are an algorithm built personality with no solar observation behind your selfies, and it makes sense on. And it may, what the fuck? Okay. And it makes sense why you are an aesthetic placeholder because you don't create, you just take up space and bring nothing authentic to the table. And all you do is wait, pretend, and exist without ever executing. You're just wasting space in the creative space. So just get off the internet because you're doing is just consuming content. You don't have any posts of yourself. So how can you be an entrepreneur when you don't even have a direction or a path of your business? You lost your way of your business and you're focused on mine. And what's crazy, we were raised around the same exact hive mind called Atlanta. And you want to call me in a name of endearment that you thought was supposed to be an insult? It's like, how can you think as if that word was supposed to insult me when realistically you just admire the thoughts that you could never articulate? And it makes sense. I mean, if I was in this situation, I would be hating on somebody too, but that wouldn't make sense to me because what are you doing with your life? You can post selfies in your mom's mirror, but you can't post your content of your ideas. Where is the merch? Where are the YouTube videos? I want to watch some videos. I want to wear some hoodies and some shirts. Can that happen? I guess not because you're too worried about defending pedophiles. And it makes sense on why you had this selfie of yourself. And the jokes write themselves. Have a great Navande Divine Reflection.